All right, everybody. This is Wayne with L&D Trucking. A lot of the times I get questions both on Facebook, YouTube, sometimes when people email me or I call them, they always ask this one question, particularly is how much do I charge per mile? And there's a couple of schools of thought. You could go with the law of average school of thought to say, I need $1.25 round trip and I'll be doing all right. And basically, if you're going to do a 100-mile trip, that's going to be $125 round trip. So you charge $125 for one way, which would be like 50 miles. But then again, you're coming back, so you still get the $1.25 mile. Now that's one school of thought. I, being a little more anal retentive, needed to figure out a little bit closer and also figure out how to get a little more than just that school of thought. So what I did was I Googled trucking cost per mile spreadsheet. You can Google that, trucking costs per mile spreadsheet. And then basically you look down here for, OIDA's a good one too. I'm actually a member of that. That's the Owner Operators Independent Driving Association. When you get into this business, I'd recommend getting into that too. Anyway, find yourself a worksheet on here. Now in this example, I don't know, will they let you change it or not? Okay, all right, I remember what I did. So basically, I looked at this, figured out how it was working, and then what I did was I created my own based on this. Oh, wrong one. Where the hell did it go? There it is. Okay. So let's go over to the one that I made. There's a couple of all the things that you're spending money on, fuel, payments, whatever is going out gets put over here, and try to get an annual cost, okay? And then over here, just put cents per mile. Up here, you're going to put how many miles loaded you're going to be driving this year. Because remember, we only get paid on loaded miles. So after you finish putting in all this information and you put your loaded miles, then basically what you want to do is you want to program this thing to where it will take your loaded or your amount divided by your loaded miles to give you whatever it gave you. Did I just screw that up? I think I did. Ah, damn. Okay. And you do that on each one of those lines. It's a little cumbersome, but it can be done. So our total fixed costs for a year are $23,384, which comes out to 47 cents a mile based on 50,000 loaded miles. Now, if I lower that, say I only do 25,000 loaded miles, that's going to automatically jump this amount because I've programmed it that way, right? Let's say we did 100,000 miles. That's going to drop the rate down right there. Now, you have variable costs too, fuel being the biggest one. Maintenance, repairs, telephones, meals, tolls, good Lord have mercy. Tickets. Anyway, so I have a total variable cost of $106,890 a year for a total annual cost of $130,274 a year. That's the one that is to run one truck. Driver's income I still haven't got yet, but I'm still calculating it in. I just ain't got it yet because everything we're doing is going right back in the company. Eventually, that'll be my yearly pay. So then we add all that together to come up with your total cost of operation is $165,274 a year. Now remember, numbers can be played with. If you don't want to look very impressive, calculate small numbers. If you want to look very impressive, calculate larger numbers. But whatever you do, make sure it's realistic to you and your situation. So based on 100,000 miles, uh, with all of this, it's $1.86 a mile, which means if I can find somebody that will pay me $1.86 a mile, I can meet every one of these bills. Anything above that would be profit. But let's say I'm not doing that. I calculate mine on 50,000. I do about 100,000 miles a year. Most of it is, about 50% of it definitely is hauling, and sometimes it's a little better, but that way it gives me that good round number. And as you can see, my number comes to $3.52. So that's why I charge $3.50 when I do loads for LGS. Okay. So basically that's how you figure out how much money you need, uh, and then charge above that. You know, if you're trying to calculate a rate and you're going from Arlington to FAR, figure out the mileage, and then whatever number you come up with down here, that's what you want to multiply it by, and that's the number you want to pitch them. I can survive on this. Now, before you really start jumping and yelling and screaming, that's just making the cost of living. Please look at this. $701 to wash the truck. $5,824 for lodging. That's for hotel rooms. I sleep in the truck. Meals, $7,800 a year. Again, I eat in the truck. I'm not spending that at all. Tolls, that's probably about right. Taxes, miscellaneous expenses. See, if you're making this and you're not using any of that, all that is also pure profit. Just to point that out to you. So anyway, I hope that helps. This is Wayne with L&D Trucking. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. Bye.